This is the Super Ugly Show. 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 It's the Super Ugly Show.
Super Ugly Show here, Super Ugly brand.
Ralph Network, Soul's Brands.
You know, we're a real fucking show. Yeah, we fuck around a lot of times, but dude, a lot of this shit, you know, it's how we were fucking brought up.
Super Ugly Show, Tuesday, 7:30 p.m. Tune in to us. You're gonna see new faces, old faces, people you never even fucking knew existed. It's gonna be chaos. Everyone's getting fucking crazy.
Who says these things? It's so stupid. Listen, you rub everybody the wrong way. Nobody likes you, bro.
No, you know what it is?
Nobody gives a shit about the RVD, alright, of the fucking brand. Nobody.
You're a madman. Do you know that? You're an absolute fucking madman. You know who you are anymore. You gotta be nice.
No, why do we have to be nice? For what? Yo, Rocky, a bunch of shit just flew out of his nose. Oh, man.
Where were we? What were we talking about?
Who the fuck knows, man? We lost everything. Yeah, who cares? We'll start over from fresh. Like it's just another Tuesday.
Well, that's it. Just another Tuesday. Wow, how have we grown? We've grown so much, Rich. Just saying this. Just saying this.
All right, close it up, Johnny. Close it up. What up, everybody? Welcome and welcome humbly to the Super Ugly Show. As you can see, Rich, I feel like it's so low. I feel like the mics are low. Like, can everyone hear us out there? Is it just me? Like, I feel like everything's so fucking low right now. Is my headphones? What I'm on too, right? Hello, hello. What the fuck? I don't know. I feel like everything's really fucking low right now. John, what are they saying in the chat? Can you see it? Can everyone hear us all right? I don't know. I feel like I can't hear myself. Yes, this is live. Yes, it's live. Welcome, John. Mike is good. All right, then I guess it's good. For some reason, I can't hear it in here. I don't know what the deal is with that. It's plugged in, like... Hello. When I turn it up, I guess, but I don't know. Whatever. All right. What's going on, everybody? We're here. We're live, as you can see, and thankfully, Rich is absent. Of course, not of course, but unfortunately, he's had a medical emergency. He was doing a little bit of weird things sexually with his old lady. They somehow got like a gourd involved, like one of those gourds you see, like on Thanksgiving, like that they put on the table. It's like, you know what I'm talking about, John?
Yeah.
It's not like a pumpkin, but it's
out
like
yeah, I know.
it looks like a bumpy,
like warts. And
yeah,
shit on
like
it.
got warts on it, and he had that up his ass, and it snapped off.
Again.
Well, yeah, obviously, but this time at least it was something different, than the normal,
It's embarrassing.
But it snapped off, and they couldn't get it out, so it was lodged in his ass, and I believe he's just gotten it removed this morning. And now, hopefully, they'll be sending him home from the hospital shortly. But I know they did have to suture some stuff back together, in his asshole region because it was torn so bad.
What a shame.
Well, that's you roll the dice in that game, and you never know what's going to happen.
Second time.
Yeah, well, thank God it wasn't his dick this time. I mean, usually it's his dick. That guy's dick must look like a chewed-up piece of bubble gum at this point because... all the damage he's put it through. I mean, his asshole can't be much better. I imagine it's like a barren fucking cave where you could, hear the echo of your whistle down there. Yeah, it's got to be rather disgusting. Like squash. Exactly, Madalena. Like a squash.
With warts.
So, yeah, but with very wart. I mean, he has warts already. So, it kind of, I guess, goes with it.
A wart on wart?
Yeah. I mean, he's just riddled with warts. He's riddled with them. It's pretty disgusting, actually. So, but, say your prayers to Rich. Thoughts and prayers.
Prayers
out to Rich, our good pal. Hope Go ahead.
Prayer sent. No, yeah.
Yeah, speedy recovery. In all seriousness, though, thoughts and prayers to Pat. Good friend of the show. He's been on, multiple times at this point. If you guys know him, he lost a really close friend. So I just wanted to let Pat know the boys over here at Super Ugly Show are thinking of him in his time and loss, and hope he's doing all right. We love Pat. He's a great guy. So yeah, that's it. So it's me and Johnny. Johnny's here. I don't think me and Johnny have done something
Nah, a long time, I think.
ever.
Yeah. I think we did one time.
Maybe one time,
Me, I
right?
think, and your wife, yeah.
Usually you avoid this. You
I
don't like
wanna-
this.
No, I don't care.
No, you do care.
I'd rather be with you than Rich, because Rich just don't really talk.
Well, Rich gives you nothing. At least I could lead a conversation, or I could fill if needed. But Rich will give you nothing. He's the one word answer king.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not good. Look at this. You're actually talking into the mic here.
No, yeah, it's right in my face. So.
Yeah, but so is that one. But for some reason,
the
it's
way it
like
hangs.
opposite magnet polar.
It feels like I'm on my knees sucking a dick. Look. See
Well,
that?
you're in the well, not the captain's chair. You're in the co-captain's
yeah.
chair.
I feel.
You know?
I feel.
So it's
Feel good.
empowering.
Yeah.
You have like a Nike, you can move around and adjust and shit.
I feel.
See,
yeah.
me, I don't like that thing. I like that mine is sturdy in one place. I can adjust if needed.
Yeah.
But that arm, it's too much. It's too much.
It's a little bit.
Well, because Richie's such an asshole that he's got to make himself feel important, that he gets this fancy, like he's fucking Howard Stern over here. But, he's more like,
Look at it. It's pretty. It's nice.
oh, who's he like? Benji? Is that a guy?
No, I'm saying, look at this thing.
It's a beautiful mic. He
fucking
he
thick.
doesn't deserve it. It's undeserved. He doesn't. He should have that mic.
This thing's uncircumcised. Look
Like our guests do a better job than him. That he
Yeah.
should be using that
probably-
mic,
yeah.
and the guests should be getting the nice mic. Yeah. Right.
Well, week was pretty rough this week, huh? DMX died.
Oh, that was brutal. That was Mark Norman put out a funny tweet. He wrote, "The whitest guy in the world died, and the blackest guy in the world died, both on the same day." Because Prince Philip.
Yeah.
Talk about a shitty life. That guy spent his whole. Why is he only a prince?
I didn't even.
Why doesn't he get to be? Well, because she's queen and he was a prince, so he married her.
He married into it, right? Is that
So
how it
he's
goes?
always prince, right? So Harry can become a king, right?
Yeah.
Harry, or who's the other one? William.
William.
William can become a king.
Willie.
Or Charles can if the queen ever dies, right?
Yeah, Chucky.
But that's got to suck for him, too. That bitch is so old, and he's like, I just want to be king. He'll probably die before her.
Yeah.
I mean, the men in that family, other than Diana, they seem to drop way before the women in
Did
that
anybody
family.
actually give a shit that he died?
No.
DMX got more.
Oh, absolutely he did. I mean, I'm sure over in the UK,
Yeah.
but over here, we can give a fuck. The royal family to me stinks. Like, I hate them.
Yeah.
They're like, fuck them. What do they do?
That guy got best look. Didn't that guy get like best looking bald guy or something?
The son did. Harry's the redhead.
Right.
So William
William.
did. All right.
Fuck that guy.
Yeah, fuck all those royals though. But was Philip the one involved in the Epstein shit, or was that another guy?
Probably another guy. That guy's old.
Yeah, it couldn't have been him, right?
He probably can't even get his dick up.
But
He's like
one of
90.
them was on the Epstein Island and all like sorts with that shit. Like he was in there with that. So, but yeah, DMX died. I think last week.
Thursday.
He was when we did the show, he was already like brain dead.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like they kept him alive for a while. They did. They kept. I think because they wanted all 15 of his fucking kids to get there before they unplugged him.
Yeah.
But they kept him alive for a while, and people were holding out hope. And I'm sitting there going, no, he's dead.
What he died of? Did they say what he died of?
He
Drugs?
OD'd. He was a heart attack induced by an overdose. So, and he was a crackhead.
Someone there was news on the thing that he got the COVID shot and he had a heart attack.
No. Then someone else wrote that Beyonce and Jay-Z bought his masters for $10 million and gave them to his kids for free, which isn't true. There's so much shit going out there about him that's just false. It's a shame though, because it seemed like he was kind of on the comeback trail, because he had been released from prison not too long ago, right?
Yeah.
And then Swiss Beats kind of took him under his arm and was like, all right, let's get you back to being DMX. And you can't watch him forever.
No.
And that's the problem.
There's only so much you could do.
Yeah, there's only so much you can babysit a grown man. And, it looks like he went back to his old ways, and that was that. Which it's tragic for me, I'm sure for you.
It's sad.
He was the soundtrack to my formative teen years. From like 15 to 18 was heavy DMX rotation.
No, he's He's an icon. That guy.
In hip hop, yeah.
Yeah.
He changed it in some ways. He was kind of like almost rock and roll. He was so like get you amped. Like he had guys that didn't listen to rap listening to rap because he would get you hyped. He was gym music.
I read
like you put him on in the gym and everybody's going ham.
I read that he would go and go to like the worst neighborhoods and like hand out shit, like to be like
I'm
a good
sure.
dude. Like out of nowhere. Like,
Well, someone needs to do a biopic on him because I'm sure his life is
He had
interesting
an
as fuck.
Interesting life. He
Had
was
to.
like really like a fucking.
He came from the gutter.
Yeah,
like
ghetto,
literal
yeah.
gutter. He was poor.
He was like a true.
Yeah, he everything he rapped, he lived.
Yeah.
And you know, it sucks to say it because it's kind of, you know, morbid and whatever, but, you know, it could make his family a lot of money. But they should do a biopic on him. I mean, I'm sure, you know, seeing the way he was raised
Oh, yeah.
and then where the stardom that he got, people don't understand if you weren't around during that time, if you're younger or even if you're a little older and you weren't really, like,
Yeah.
I'm not into the music scene now, so I don't know what's going on. So I'm sure there was people at that point. But DMX,
Well, he did movies and shit too, right?
a bunch of them.
Yeah.
The one I really liked was, I think it was called Never Die Alone with David Arquette. You ever see that one? And he was a drug dealer, and he would get girls hooked on heroin, so they needed him. You
Yeah,
know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah.
And
Did he do one with Jet Li or some shit?
that was Cradle to the Grave.
Oh yeah.
That one had a great fucking soundtrack. That soundtrack was bananas.
Yeah.
And then Belly, of course. What was the other one? There was another one with Steven Seagal. Didn't he
Right.
do one with Steven
Yeah.
Seagal?
Yeah, a long time ago.
Yeah. When Steven Seagal was still almost relevant.
Yeah.
Yeah. It wasn't the Glimmer Man.
No.
Um,
I don't know if did he have a big? Yeah, he had a big role in it.
no, it was him and Steven Seagal, like side by
Yeah.
side. I'm gonna look up his IMDb, but he had a pretty extensive, fucking
15. He had 10 kids. 10 kids, right?
Oh, fuck.
Some shit like that.
15.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, 15 fucking kids. That's a lot of fucking kids, man. It's a lot of fucking kids. But here, hold on. I got his IMDb here. It's Exit Wounds. I think that was the one with Steven Seagal. Let's see. Yeah, that was the one with Steven Seagal. Cradle to the Grave with Jet Li and Romeo Must Die.
What was that? Who was in that one?
That was Jet Li, DMX,
Right.
Aaliyah.
Yeah.
He did 2 movies
Yeah.
with Jet Li, huh? Wow. That's something. He was actually doing movies this year. Fast and Fierce, Death Race, Chronicle of a Serial Killer. Another one with Steven Seagal, Beyond the Law. So he was doing stuff. Oh, no. And then it looks like he did something with that fucking Cash Me Outside girl.
Really?
Yeah. Movie I've never heard of.
Really?
But either way, I mean, the guy was a fucking icon. He was a legend. Like I said, during my teen years and my cousin Taylor's Explorer, he had a nice Eddie Bauer edition Explorer. His mom got it, and he just
blasting in there?
He just took it over. Like, it was his car, so we were always, and it had the 6-changer right in the center.
Yeah.
Mine was in the trunk. His was right in the center console, and it was DMX's It's Dark and Hell is Hot and Flesh of My Flesh, Blood of My Blood.
Didn't we do like something with, we were talking? Oh yeah, when they had the fucking the rap off thing or the fucking,
the verses.
Yeah.
with him and Snoop,
Yeah,
which was
yeah.
amazing, and that was, you know, brought him back
Yeah.
where people were like, "Oh shit, we forgot how much we love DMX."
Yeah.
So it really is sad. And then you see people posting shit, and that Woodstock
Oh, that was
performance.
sick.
So you forget how many fucking
I
people.
know. I just seen that the other day.
Like, you couldn't see the end
No,
of the
it was
people.
huge.
Yeah,
When was that?
that was Woodstock '99. Remember that one with all the fires and the riots?
Yeah.
Limp Bizkit came out and they did break stuff, and people that lit the fuse. The bomb didn't go off, but it lit the fuse.
Yeah.
And then Metallica came out, and I believe they did "Give Me Fuel, Give Me Fire, Give Me That Much,"
yeah.
and the place just came unhinged. Fires started. They were ripping down those towers that they built.
Yeah, I remember.
They were fucking fights. There was rioting. It was
I just seen that
chaos.
clip when you seen it, and I said, "Where the fuck?" There was a lot of people.
Yeah. And that was literally like the epitome of the difference of a generation, because there was 5 years between Woodstock 94 and 99. And 94 was nothing but love, mud fights. Remember the mud people?
yeah.
And it would look like Very reminiscent of the Woodstock '69. It was
Who
a
was it?
piece.
That was like, wasn't that like, who was in that?
94.
Yeah.
94 was the one with Green Day,
Yeah, that's what-
9 Inch
yeah, yeah.
Nails,
Like, yeah.
Red Hot Chili Peppers,
Yeah.
and then some people from the '69 one were there.
Right.
Crosby, Stills, and Nash.
Right.
There was I forget who else was there. I had the soundtrack. Santana.
Yeah.
I forget who else, but it was gigantic. It was huge, 94. I remember I was only 12, but I wanted more than anything to go to it. And watching all 3 days on MTV.
It's got to be like a cool experience to go to that fucking
But then 99, I kind of was old enough for it because I was 17. Well, just about to be 17 at the time.
Yeah.
And I'm happy I didn't go because it was not. It was more corporate. I heard everything was insanely overpriced. Like people couldn't get water because it was like $14 for a bottle of water. That's what caused everybody to become unhinged, though.
Yeah.
Like they got too greedy. Like the other one still had the spirit
Yeah.
of the '69 Woodstock. This one was just Pepsi Cola and you know and Disney, not them specifically,
yeah.
but it became Times Square.
Right,
it became
right.
you know Disney World, and it pissed a lot of people off towards the end of it because you know I'm there 3 days. And I brought probably $5,000 with me, and I'm broke somehow.
I spent all it on fucking.
You know, and I didn't spend it all on drugs.
Water and fucking hot dogs.
Yeah. So, you know, you looked, and that killed the whole Woodstock thing. They were about to do another one, I believe, this year or last year, but then COVID happened, and, you know, that fucked everything up. Well, they were going to do one in 2019, I believe. And I forget what they couldn't get the land. Something happened.
Yeah.
Where they ended up splitting up, and they had 2 concerts. But they couldn't call the one Woodstock because the one guy owned the Woodstock name. It was this whole fucking thing. And even that, like, you look at it and go, dude, that's not what Woodstock was about.
No.
And those days are long gone anyway.
Yeah.
You can't do shit
No
like
one
that
gets
anymore. No. No, and the festival thing, it's become too corporate.
Yeah.
Like even the you know the ones that shouldn't be, like the fish shit and you know stuff like that. Like my brother goes to fish every year on New Year's at Madison Square Garden, and for the most part, they've kept it the same.
Yeah.
Like ticket prices go up, but they're not gouging. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're not killing you. But I've been to festivals, and for one, I hate them. I don't want to be somewhere for fucking all day.
No.
It drives me. My back starts hurting because you're standing
you gotta-
all day.
yeah.
It sucks.
You sweat.
What ones have
fucking-
you been to?
I didn't go to any of those.
You haven't been to any?
No.
I've been to Rock the Bells.
No.
Which Rock the Bells is an all-day hip-hop festival.
Oh, yeah.
And it's not... The atmosphere isn't bad like the way you think it would be with the crowd. Like,
Yeah.
I was totally... Everyone was fine. Everyone was cool. I didn't really see any fights. I maybe saw one.
Yeah.
But, you know, for the most part, it was a cool crowd. It was... I saw Wu-Tang and Nas one year. And another year, I saw Nas and Lauryn Hill. And by the time Nas came out, and the second one, it was Randall's or Governor's Island, I forget, whichever one,
Yeah.
out there in the city.
I think it was probably. I think Randall.
I think it was Randall's. And by the time he came out, and I had already seen Nas probably 2 or 3 times at this point, and I could care less about Lauryn fucking Hill.
Yeah.
And my back hurt so fucking bad.
Hours of standing.
But then you still have to walk like a mile and a half to get back to the boat. And then from the boat, you got to walk to get your car.
Yeah.
And then your car, it's an hour and a half drive from the city. And I'm like,
City
just
to go
get
back.
me the fuck out.
I never
I've
been
had
to Randall's Island.
enough. It was decent enough, you know. But again, it's a festival, so there's nowhere to sit unless you're sitting in dirt.
Yeah.
And if it rained the night before, now
in
you're
mud.
sitting in mud,
Yeah.
and your shit's all muddy. It's annoying. Also, here's another thing, because on one stage over here you'll have an act that you like, and on the other stage over here you'll have an act that you like, and now you got to choose.
Yeah. You're like. Yeah.
And if I've never seen both of them, it's like
I think I actually did a couple recently. I think I went to like
they have the one out here.
West
in-
Barrett. No. Jones Beach. They had like a rap thing.
they have Rock the Bells.
Maybe it was Z100 some shit.
Oh, all right, and it was an all-day
Yeah, it was like
event
70,000 people. It was nuts.
at Jones Beach. No, not 70,000 people, bro.
It was
Jones
all the way
Beach is
packed.
Jones Beach, bro. That's it. It's the stadium.
There was a lot. I can't remember. I know it was.
They
had
had
that. when
they
you
have the
said-
one in Patchogue
No,
that they
had,
do.
I was at Jones Beach. It was like maybe it was a Z100 thing, and they had one, like you said, stages of stages.
On the side where you had to walk
yeah, and
down.
It was like I went to go see because I like fuck, what's his name? Lil Wayne.
But the other
I got
stage
free
was in a
tickets.
field, right?
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, that's how they did it when I
And it
saw
was
Rock the
nuts.
Bells there. The main stage was normal, but
Yeah,
they
yeah.
had no seats on the floor.
Yeah.
The floor was general admission. And then they had I believe they removed this. Maybe they didn't. But how does that work then? Because half your audience is you're playing to half an empty stadium.
Yeah.
I don't remember how they might have had someone off there and put them on there to get that. Maybe that's how they did it. But I remember walking over to the field to see Slaughterhouse and MOP. And when MOP went on, someone really good, I think Wu-Tang was on the main stage. And I'm like, dude,
Yeah.
I want to see MOP, but it's fucking Wu-Tang.
Yeah, you gotta
know?
go to
What sucks because I never seen them with Dirty. You ever see them with Dirty?
Yeah.
You did?
I went.
Hammerstein?
No, it was in Camden, Jersey.
Oh, wow,
Years
bro.
ago. It was a shit.
What was that crowd
shitty
like?
neighborhood.
Yeah, no, well, Camden, Jersey
It was
is
a
a
shitty
shitty.
neighborhood.
Fucking whole area is
It wasn't,
shitty.
I was young. I had to be probably 20. I don't.
Yeah, and you know what's funny? You're so naive when you're young. Like today,
Yeah, I didn't know anything.
I would never go to a concert in Camden, New Jersey today. But when you're 15, 16, 20, you're like, yeah, Camden, let's go. Fuck it. And, Camden's a violent fucking area.
It was. I'm gonna say it was Rage Against the Machine,
Oh, the Rage and Woo show.
and that was it.
Yeah, I remember
That was
that.
it.
Back in, that was like
Oh my God,
90.
I had to be 18.
That was
I'd be in
like
high
yeah,
school,
that was
right
like
after.
97, 98, probably. It was right around when their second album came out, when Wu-Tang Forever came out. So it was probably like 97,
It had to
98.
be because we probably were. I was probably in. We were probably in high school.
No,
Or
you were
12th
out.
Grade, or I was my
You
first
were
year
out. You were out. Because I remember I was in high school when that hit. Yeah, you're all right, baby. I'll look it up real quick. But
It was good though.
you got
I
to
mean, it
see
was
Dirty,
fucking
though.
good.
That's pretty dope. I never got to see him. His son filled in for him when I saw him. And, they're doing it. Oh, no, Rage is doing a show. 97.
They did a show I think they did a show
It
last
looks like
year.
it was 97.
I think Wu-Tang did a show in the city last year, if I'm not mistaken, or 2 years ago.
Yeah, it was 97, and now that RZA wants to do it again with Rage. This was from November 2019. But I remember that tour was huge
It was,
because people love Wu-Tang. Like, Wu-Tang transcends just,
you
a
ever
black
go to
audience.
Their store in Staten Island?
Wu-Tang store? No, I've never been
We
to
used to
Staten
go to
Island.
the store. My friend used to buy all the
All the
shit.
Wu-Wear. I
I mean,
remember
and,
the-
it wasn't even a good neighborhood.
No,
either.
and
I
Wu-Wear,
would just take a ride there.
Wu-Wear clothes sucked. It looked like flea market
They
shit
just
to me.
had, It was cute t-shirts.
Yeah, it looked
and
like.
hoodie.
But remember the jeans? Like the jeans look cheap and
You'd get
shitty.
shirts and hats
Yeah, that I could see.
and hoodies.
But you can get those anywhere. Why
Yeah,
go all the
but
way
at
to
that
Staten
time, I think
Island?
it was like we used to go down there, and it's probably it was a shitty neighborhood.
Yeah.
They were dealing. I remember I said, "What are we?"
Because they put it in their neighborhood.
Yeah.
They didn't put it in like the Italian part. See, for people who don't know, Staten Island's broken up into basically two parts. Three parts. The Italian part, the rest of the white people, and some Italians, and then there's Hood. And that's pretty
It
much
was in the
Staten
hood.
Island.
It was in the hood.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll never forget it because they would. I'll never forget they were doing. Somebody was when it was working. They were doing drug deals, and I said, "What the fuck?" I was going to myself. I was a kid, and my other friend, I don't even think he can fight his way out of a box. And I'm going, I'm fucking. I said, I think we used to go there all the time. And I'm going, what? And then like later on, like now we'll go. Why the fuck did we go
But
there?
that's what I'm saying. When you're so naive, like to the danger you put yourself into as a kid. Like I remember we used to go out when we would skate, and all my friends. I never made this trip, but all my friends would just go to the city at 14, 13, 15 years old, and just hey, we're all going to the city. The parents had no idea where they were, and they would go out there, and then they would fucking skate to all these different skating spots, Washington Square Park, the Brooklyn Banks, and they'd be taking subways and all this shit. And I always wanted to go, but I also was like, if we get stuck out there, we're fucked, bro.
I went one year. We were kids, like we were teenagers, and they could pick you out. They pick like the fucking weakest fucking person, and like the people in the city. I'm not no. And the guy, he wanted his chain. He was like trying to get his chain. And
Yeah.
I'm like, what the fuck are we doing?
Yeah, but that's another
But
thing
we didn't
too.
even know where the good area. We were kids, and then it had to be a shitty area.
Were you ever naive to the city? Like I can't remember a time where I didn't know what the fuck was up in the city, and like I didn't know how to hold my own in the city. Even when I was really young, like I knew like get the fuck out of here. Like I know what you're doing.
Yeah,
I'm
I
not
was not like that. I didn't go there a lot.
No?
Like not the fucking. I just would just. I would not pay attention. You pay attention, but you just like you didn't see anything. Just walk.
Like I would hate when I would go to the city with people who didn't know what the fuck they were doing, and you're constantly looking back and like, dude, let's fucking
Yeah,
move,
keep walking,
let's
keep
go,
walking,
let's fucking
keep
walk.
walking,
Like, what are you
fucking-
doing?
Because you can pick out like if you're not from year,
Yeah,
especially when you're a kid.
Yeah.
You know, we probably went to a shitty neighborhood. I went to one time. I actually went to an ECW thing, and they had it at the Hammerstein Ballroom, and we were walking around, and it was I actually seen on Broadway they were selling a little knockoff shit.
a little
And,
bit more into it, please.
I seen on Broadway they was and fucking Gandolfini was buying knockoff. Fucking,
Oh,
I
really?
was literally like he was like right here.
Into it.
He was like right, and he was buying knockoff fucking
Purses?
cologne.
The knockoff cologne though, it's basically
He came right out of a fucking Yukon.
Yeah.
Walking, and I'm going. I couldn't remember. I was like starstruck. I said, "Oh my god, it's Tony Soprano." And he's like looking, and he's like they didn't want to make a big deal, and then like people, and then my friends like, "That's Tony," and then they made a big deal, and he shook his head because he didn't want to be fucking
And
noticed.
then he was like, "Fuck,
And my friend did it on purpose.
what an asshole."
I know.
like I was never that guy. Like even when I met the Edge,
I don't do shit.
I was so discreet about it because
Yeah.
I knew it would cause
Yeah.
chaos, and we were in a play.
Yeah.
You know, so like when he told me no, I was just like, and didn't even.
Yeah.
I remember when he got up, I asked around me, I was like, "Does anyone have a pen?"
Yeah.
And some woman was like, "What do you want a pen for?" And I was like, "Oh, I just wanted to get
Right,
an
from
autograph."
that,
And she's like, "From who?" And I'm
Yeah.
like, "I'd rather not say and
Yeah.
blow this up." And she's like, "Well, I want one." I was like, "No." I was like, "You're going to ruin it for me." I was
Yeah.
like, "Either you have a pen or you don't, lady." She gave it to me, and she was cool about it, and she didn't bust his balls. But I don't know about you, but I've worked in clubs where we deal with high celebrities. So I kind of know how to behave around them. Like, you don't behave like a mark or a fan. You just treat them like they're normal, and they want that more than anything. They don't want the special treatment. They hate it. For the most part,
That's
they
like
do.
when I used to go with stuff with Bry.
Oh, you've done,
Well,
the
Bry,
yeah.
we'd go, and he only wanted me to go because I never would make a big deal about it.
Yeah. You did with Jericho, though.
No,
you,
I
you
didn't
marked
really do
out a little bit
anything
with
bad.
Jericho.
I didn't know what to say. It froze up.
Yeah.
I was like, that was like the first time.
Well, Bry even said you marked out a little bit
yeah,
with Jericho.
because I looked at Bry because we were in his fucking. He was in his. We was in his trailer. He like opened the door and he's like.
Was that the Paramount?
No, is that some fucking shitty? What was it?
I thought you saw him at the Paramount.
Oh, fucking a shitty. What's the bar on fucking Main? Not even Main.
In Huntington?
No, right here in Patch Road.
Oh, with the Emporium.
No, it was a small bar.
Really?
Yeah, it was fucking God, where they had the bands over 89 North.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And
That's
when-
actually a pretty decent place.
No, it's pretty cool.
It is a cool
setup.
place.
It's a fucking
Yeah.
awesome setup.
Yeah.
A little like, and I said I didn't know when he went because it wasn't. I just walked up there alone and Dreamer was with me.
Yeah.
Like, he goes, oh, this is, and I didn't expect him to open the door.
Oh, him
When
and
he opened
Tommy,
the
like,
door-
good friends? Yeah, they are.
My friend John.
Oh, they go
He's
back
like-
to ECW.
He like fucking. He comes to the door and he's like, "Come in." He's like, I'm Chris Jericho," and I didn't say nothing. I was just like, because he was literally like in his trailer.
Yeah.
He's like, "Oh no," I said, "I'll stand." And then Brian came in, and I was like, he's talking to us like we were in a business meeting, and I'm like, and I was just looking at Brian going, "Holy shit, dude! Like this is nuts."
Yeah. I can't imagine him being a dick, though.
He wasn't. He was fucking.
Yeah.
He wasn't like he was like talking about business with McMahon
Yeah.
to him, and we were standing there like he was saying shit that we probably shouldn't have heard. Well, it was nothing bad, but like we were like, and then we go. Brian was like, "Well, we'll go outside." He said, "No, man, it's all you cool. You stay here."
Yeah.
And I was like, "What the fuck?"
He did that video with Brian.
Oh
Remember that? He did that video. He
I
seemed
held that
like a really
camera.
nice guy.
He was fucking cool.
There was that one video where he treated that fan like an asshole, but if you know the story, like the fan was relentless and being
Probably.
a cunt to him.
Well, probably.
And finally he snapped, and that's the part you see of the video.
Probably. He
But-
was fucking. That was probably the first. But I didn't even say anything bad. I didn't ask for an autograph. Then he goes, "Yo, could you get a picture?" He's like, "Yeah, whatever you want." I was like, "Oh, all right."
Here's the 3 types of people you meet in wrestling. The guy who's a complete total scumbag that will fucking stab anyone in the back to get where he needs to be and is a complete fucking liar.
Yeah.
Then there's the guy who's too cool for everybody and, doesn't want to give anybody the time of day, which is like your highest of high people. Your Cenas, your Takers. There's a handful of those people, and it's understandable.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The first people I explained typically are mid-carders to, Tuesday main event type people, and they're just bitter because they never went anywhere, and they're just bitter, and it's everyone else's fault. I've dealt with it firsthand, and then there's everyone else, and every wrestler I've ever met takes the time,
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
say hello,
Yeah.
to be courteous, to, not 20 minutes, but I never felt rushed.
No.
You know what I mean? Like they're like, get the fuck out of here. And I'm not this is mostly when I brought my kid around.
But you know what it is too? A lot of people just go out and they just take it beyond like it's supposed to be. Like you go and meet the guy, and then they're asking him like they just start fucking
Yeah.
like their
Well,
best friend.
the other thing too,
Fuck outta
like,
here, man, you
like
know?
I feel bad for wrestlers because most people they meet are creeps, and
Yeah.
they're old, middle-aged guys that are just so rabid that, like, me personally, like, they're almost like Howard Stern or Opie and Anthony fans, where they're basement dwellers.
Yeah, wackos.
Yeah,
They're
they're
wackos. Yeah.
fucking whack
Yeah.
jobs, and they make you uncomfortable even if you're not the person they're there
Yeah.
to see. Like, not that they're gonna kill anybody or anything like that. They're just socially awkward
Yeah,
people.
they're just fucking
and
weird.
most wrestling fans are like that. And as a wrestler, I would be like, fuck, like I would hate having to
Yeah,
deal with
like-
these people.
like-
I would
like-
hate it. But they are so patient, and they would meet people 50 times and sign 50 things and still be like, hey, man, great to see you. But you could see in their eyes, they're like, you fuck, get away from me.
Yeah, like bro, I met you 10 times.
Yeah.
Like
I seen one guy dress up as Goldust to go meet Dustin Rhodes or Dustin Runnels, whatever you want to call him. And, like, this was a grown man.
I do. I don't even like going there.
And if I'm Dustin Runnels, I would be so cringed out. I'd be like, "What the fuck? You are 40 years old and you're dressed like me to meet me. Like that is fucking weird." Every wrestler I've met, if it was just me, this is literally the extent of it. Hey man, nice to meet you. Like when I met Tommy,
Yeah.
I was like, "Hey, nice to meet you, man." That's it pretty much.
Yeah.
Like, and there's nothing else I could really say to you. Like, hey, love your stuff. Like,
Yeah.
that's
You're
why
my
I'm
favorite
here.
wrestler.
Yeah. But every
Okay.
other wrestler I've met was with my kid. And every single one of them, when it comes to children, are over the top, nice,
I'll tell
and
you, like even when he does like not even the thing. Like we were on some guy's tour bus. I don't know who it was, and he did an interview when he took me. Always because he knows I'm like I don't like say anything. I don't like fucking act like an asshole. I don't like fucking take a million pictures. I'm just fucking normal. Like one of the Kevin Martin shit. Like Kevin Martin, everybody's like fucking. He's out like a thing, and everybody's annoying him.
Kenyon Martin?
What?
Kenyon Martin? Kevin Martin.
The guy from Candlebox.
Oh, okay.
So he's at a thing, and everybody just nonstop. They just wouldn't leave him alone, taking pictures. And I said, "Yeah, you want to?" I said, "Come here." I said, "You want a drink?" And he was like,
Was this at one of his shows, though? To be fair?
"No, it was at like something Bra was
Oh,
doing."
all right.
And I said, and even at his wedding too, there were people nonstop. And I said, "You want to you want to get out? You want to get a drink?" I said, "Yeah." And he goes, "I said, you want to get out of there?" I said, "It's annoying." I said, "Just come hang out." He was just having a drink. We went and my kid and had a drink. These fucking people are annoying. Like, all right, dude. Like, enough. You don't need 10 pictures.
I just don't understand
Yeah,
that
get a minute on
mentality
Facebook.
either. Like, I don't understand that mentality of, like, would you want people to do that to you?
No.
You know what I mean? Like, the way you're behaving is not acceptable. Like,
You probably have. You ever see like people complain? Like, oh, I met him one time, and my kid asked him for an autograph, and he didn't, and he just ignored him.
Yeah.
Like, bro, like.
and then you're like, well, where were you?
Yeah.
Oh, well, he was eating lunch.
Yeah.
And it's like, no, well,
Yeah.
I would have
I
done the
was
same
getting a
thing.
plane, and,
You're
like,
lucky he didn't tell you
it's
go
4 in
fuck
the morning.
yourself. Yeah. Well, they have those psychos that wait at the airports
I know.
for them knowing that they're going to take those flights. And
Yeah.
and again, that's stalker behavior. That's fucking
It's weird.
crazy to me.
Even if you meet somebody more than 2 times, I think it's stalking. I think it's weird.
Yeah. Like, we'll go to comedy shows, and I have a bunch of pictures with comedians, but they'll usually be at the door
Yeah.
at the end of the show
Yeah.
to do that.
Yeah.
The only time I think I've ever, like, kind of encroached somebody was Jim Jeffries, but that's because we were in the VIP at Paramount,
yeah.
and we were in the back patio, and he literally just pulled up, and I couldn't really see it. I had my glasses, and it's me and Jess back there, and I go, is that Jim Jeffries? And she's like, I think it is. So I walk a little closer, and it was, and I was like, hey, Jim, sorry, mind if I just get a picture real quick? And he was like, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
That was it. Took the picture. I was like, hey, have a great show. Can't wait to see you. Thanks. And that was it. But the people that want to, like, take their time up,
Yeah.
it's like, no, they just get your picture, say hello, move the fuck on. Now the picture thing, I don't even want to do anymore.
Well, even like when you go for the autograph, she's like, "Can you sign this in a blue marker?" And can you like sign this? And they're like, "It's like, dude, just fucking come on, man."
And, like, what are you really going to get for a Sergeant
know.
Slaughter autograph?
I'd rather have a picture.
Yeah,
The last,
yeah.
and you have one. Oh yeah, I met him.
Even that, though, like, you don't even look at him. You don't look at him. I have pictures with so many people that I never
No, I
fucking look
like
at.
you put them like I put them on, but like I wouldn't sit there and like, oh, look at this, like
Yeah.
I don't have I have it in my phone, but I don't sit there every day. And go, oh, look at it. If someone goes, yeah, and I show them something, but it's never.
But
it's
like,
just cool to have.
like,
if
do you
meet
even
somebody
really
like.
need to? I don't think
No.
they think you're gonna be lying.
No.
Like, it's not like I'm gonna sit there and be like, yeah, I'm making it up that I met
No,
Jim
people are
Jeffries
out of
or.
their- people are out of their mind. People are fucking. I don't like going to those restaurants. I really don't. The people are just so weird. I mean, I just sit there and I'll do like this the whole time, and it looks like I'm not having a good time. But I feel like, what am I gonna do? Scream when a
Well,
girl
yeah,
comes
I'm
out?
not a reactor. Like,
No,
I'm not a.
I'll yell
yeah.
if, like something cool comes, like Austin will come out. I'll get up, and yeah, that's it.
Like, here, ready? When we went to HOH, when Brian actually got into the ring.
Yeah.
All right. That I was like, all right, cool.
Yeah.
I didn't scream loud
Yeah.
though. I was just like, all right, Again, I'm not a reactor. When Mick Foley came out, it was a huge surprise.
Yeah.
I looked at my son. I was like, holy shit, Mick Foley's here.
Yeah.
That was literally my reaction. Look at my son. Holy shit, Mick Foley's here. Not fuck yeah. Like I feel so out of place doing that.
I sat in back. We were sitting one night in the front, and there was like, and a guy goes, whatever. The match ended, and he's like, I got it. It was a quick count. I have it on my. It was a grown man. He's like, I have it on my phone. I got a video on my phone. He kept on yelling it. I look back and I'm like, bro, you fucking serious, dude?
Yeah, it's a scripted
Like,
show,
dude, what
bro.
the fuck?
Yeah, it's not a quick count.
I said, I said, send it to fucking Vince. Email.
Yeah.
You fucking idiot.
Yeah.
He kept on yelling. It's on my phone. I said, dude, what the fuck?
And it's probably like a house show too.
Yeah, it was like, dude, what are you crazy?
Yeah, no, they're fucking weird people. They really are. Those fans are, but they're also entertaining as shit. Like
Yeah.
I go to a lot of those indie shows for those crowds
Yeah,
because I'll laugh my balls off. I remember we went to the one right here on Union.
Celery?
No, on Union.
Where is he?
You know that sports thing on Union Avenue?
Yeah.
They had a show there one time, and it was my first indie show. I'd never been to an indie show.
Yeah.
I forget who was there. It was a decent card. It wasn't bad. And I never. Oh, Kevin Nash was there, and
At Hall?
I don't think Hall
It was a
there.
couple years ago, right?
Yeah. It was probably like
5?
maybe even more. Lewis. I don't even think Lewis came with me. That's how young he was. So it was probably like between. He's 11 now, so it was probably 7 to 9 years ago, maybe even a little longer.
I don't know, dude. I would if I was like I would be probably an asshole. I don't. It's like annoying.
Yeah. Well, that's why it's fun to be a heel, because you can yell back at them. And you
Like
can,
well, Rollins was a dick. Rollins was a dick because he was doing a signing. It was raining out. People asking for stuff, and he was giving everybody an attitude, and you knew it from the beginning because he just looked miserable. And I was like telling Billy, I'm like, that guy's gonna be the worst.
Yeah.
And you could tell when he got up there, he was a dick.
he looks like an asshole.
was
He
a
looks
dick.
like he's a pompous, arrogant
He
fuck.
was a dick. He got like, you never know what happened. He could have not have slept or whatever, hung over, whatever.
But either way, you
his
fake
kid's
it for
waiting
you're a
outside,
few hours.
bro.
It's a few hours. You can fake it.
And kids are
You're
outside
supposed to be a
in the
professional.
rain, fucking online. Like,
Yeah, no, fuck
he was a
that.
dick, and I was like sitting there. I go, I don't even want to get this guy's order.
He looks like he's completely full of himself. I never liked him. I watch him still to this day. His ring work's good. I'll give him that. But I can't stand him as a person. I look at him and I'm just like, I will never like you, no matter what you do. I will never like you. I just don't. He's fucking his face, his
whole fucking career is just
the way he comes off, everything about him.
I don't like him. Who would you mark out for anybody like?
Hulk Hogan.
Really?
Just because it's my childhood.
I know it's weird.
Hulk Hogan.
I
don't think I'd be like, oh my god. Like I think I would be like, holy shit, that's fucking Hulk Hogan. Like in my head, I would be like
even wrestlers. Anybody else?
Michael Jordan.
Yeah, I think I would.
And Sylvester Stallone.
I think I would.
Sylvester Stallone would probably be my number one. Where I'd be like, oh fuck, like
the Hogan thing. Because I met him a couple times. The first time was an accident.
yeah.
And I was just like, I didn't even know what to say. He was I took him down in an elevator. We were working on elevators. We took him on the elevator.
See, I've seen Michael Jordan in
just saying,
person playing games. At the Garden and in Houston, I was literally courtside. So I've seen Michael Jordan up close and never met him.
Yeah.
But at least I've been in his presence.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I don't think I'd mark out as big for him. But Sylvester Stallone, he's Rocky.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like anyone who knows this show knows that, we are fucking Stallone. Like I would literally, I might like be like a Beatles girl.
Yeah.
Like if I met Stallone.
Yeah.
He would hate me because I would be that guy, like, dude, in Rocky 2.
Yeah.
When you, like, I would just.
It's hard to hold back. I mean, I don't. It's hard because you want to say something, it don't come out. You just like, you don't even say nothing.
Like with Opie, when we had Opie on, like the first few minutes, I was very like, you could tell when you
were
listen to it.
quiet.
Yeah, like I wasn't quiet. I was just very like, holy shit. Like
because it's so, like I
this
said,
is
it's
like people don't understand, or maybe you do, but if you listen to like Stern or you listen to Opie and Anthony, when you become a loyal listener and you're listening 4 hours a day,
that's your day. That's
you
like
feel like
every
these
day.
guys are your actual
Yeah,
friends
every
now
day.
because you're with them. You're hearing their life. You're hearing their, what they've done all weekend. I was there when Opie was just Opie, and then he got married, and then he had kids, and all these things are going on in his life, and you're a part of it somehow. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do. I said I used to drive a truck when I was a kid. I used to drive a truck when I was younger. I drove a truck, and when my dad died, I would just listen to because Stern was when he was on 92.3. I would listen to every morning.
Yeah.
It literally got me through like.
Yeah,
I mean,
it got your mind off of it for the 4
It
hours,
made me
or
laugh all the time, like
Yeah.
I met him once, and it was.
He sucked. To be honest, he sucked.
It was a weird.
See, I met Opie. He couldn't have been nicer.
He went. I like
See,
that.
Anthony was kind of the dick. Like when I met Anthony, he was kind of just like, "Hey,"
He
and
actually
like,
did. He actually made up for it. I used to meet a lot of people when I used to work in the city doing elevators. So we worked in that the Sirius building. He came. I said, "This is the fucking Sirius building." And he was doing it. He was broadcasting. The guy goes, "Yeah, you're a fan." He's like, "Yeah." He goes, "Yeah, I fucking listened since I was a kid." He goes, "You want to meet him?" And I said, "Yeah."
see, that's strange because Howard's a notorious doesn't want to meet. Even.
No, he said. So what happened was he came down. He came down the elevator. Ronnie was with him. Then he had another security guard with him. Whatever.
Yeah.
He came down. I was standing there right when he came down. We knew whatever the lady takes, same thing every day, same time every day. So he came out, and then he came out, and I said, "I'm a huge fan." I didn't know what to say. I just said, "Oh yeah, I was there. I was saying, oh, yeah, I'm a huge fan."
Well, it got to
And
a
he goes, "Oh,
point
thanks."
where he had
And walked
people
away.
get out of the hallway when he was walking through the hallway.
It's probably.
Well, Opie was the cause of it because Opie would be in the hallway and Howard would walk by and he'd be like, "Hi, Howard, good morning," like obnoxious and like an asshole.
That's
And
funny.
Howard, knows obviously who Opie
Yeah.
is, and after a while they started telling everybody, "You got even Opie." So Opie has a video of him and Club Soda Kenny in a room, waiting for Howard to walk by.
That's funny. He went. "Nice to meet you," and then like quick, and I said, "What the fuck?" And I was like disappointed, but I shouldn't have. But I was like a kid.
Yeah.
So then the guy goes, he was disappointed, right? And I said, "Yeah, dude, I
No.
listened to that guy since I was a teen,
No,
like a young kid."
He despises the people that listen to his show. He
That-
wants nothing to do with
he actually-
anybody.
The guy actually went the next day. I was there all week, so the next day. He goes, "I'll make it up to you." He goes, "I'm gonna tell you something," because he knows him, like from the working there.
Yeah.
He got. He goes, He goes, "I'm gonna say something. I'll get you, hook you up." And I said, "All right." I said, "You don't have to, whatever." Then the next day, he signed a thing that says he wrote to John, "Thank you, whatever." Hey now. He
You
wrote
know
his
what? He
fucking
probably
name
didn't
on
even
it.
sign that.
It
I
was
hate
his
to burst your
handwriting, 'cause
bubble.
I looked, I got his
All
book
right,
signed.
all right. Did you ever meet The Rock? Madeline is asking.
No.
No, right?
No, I don't really want.
Dude, you see how jacked he is right now?
Yeah, he's shredded. His face is all fucked up.
Dude, he is the biggest I've ever seen
His
him.
feet- 'cause
He's going to be Black Adam. That's why
you
he's a
see how,
superhero.
Like, his face is so thin.
Dude, but he
You watch
is.
that show?
I love it. I think it's great.
I love when I go
I think
back.
it's so good. Yeah, I think it's really good.
corny, but
I
it's
don't think
good.
it's going to last because it's not for everyone. If you're a wrestling fan,
You like
you love it.
And the
because,
story's like.
yeah, but I don't think it's going to last. I really don't think there's an audience like that for it. I really don't.
I think it's like a good. His father must be an asshole. That's what it sounded like to me.
Yeah.
Every episode, he looks like.
Yeah. Well, he's that third part.
Yeah.
Remember when I just mentioned he was the first group I mentioned where bitter.
Yeah.
I'm a superstar. I look at where I've been and it's like that was 20 years
Does
ago.
anybody? You guys all watch that show? Do they all watch that show? I thought it was. I think it's cool because, like I said, like last week or whatever.
I honestly think it's just a test to see if people will really
it's
vote for him for president.
I really think
because
that-
the whole premise is he's doing
I know,
interviews for his
I know.
presidential
It's weird,
run.
Yeah.
And like I saw a poll the other day where they said 46% of Americans would support
Yeah, I
him
seen that.
in a president, and I'm like, this is
Nuts.
are they really like
No.
trying to get this guy to run?
Yeah. I think they are. It keeps coming up.
But for what?
I don't know.
Like,
What is it? Because he's a good. Because I don't even know what he's not a good actor.
no, he's not a good actor. He's not.
What? He's a likable guy. He's an actor. I mean,
yeah, I mean, everyone likes him. I've never heard
But still,
someone like be like "fuck the Rock,"
Nah.
But he can't run the country because people just aren't like "fuck the Rock."
what's his credentials?
None.
That's what I'm saying.
That's what I
He
mean.
wrestled.
Did he drop out of high school, college?
Yeah, I think so.
Right, he didn't finish
They
college.
didn't even get. They go if they start going back into his life and start digging up stuff. They're gonna find stuff.
Oh, you have to. He's got to
That
have
guy's got
dirt.
drugs. I'm sure he never did drugs.
You know the women he was probably rolling through back
Even
then.
on his show, he tries to get pussed the whole time.
Yeah. I mean, I imagine he was just a
Maybe he's
fucking
fucking
coos
that good of a
hound.
guy. I don't know.
Well, he seems like a nice guy. Like
That's
you
what it
never
is.
hear bad stories about him.
He has that $1 million fake smile.
Yeah.
Like, every
But
time.
it seems like he is genuinely nice to everybody. Like
Yeah.
you really never hear him being a dick to whether it's the janitor or the fucking CEO of a company. You always hear good things
Yeah,
about
I
him.
like the show. I think it's like cute, I guess, for whatever. But I like when they go like you're a wrestling fan. You like he spends the day as a kid with Andre. That was awesome.
Yeah, that was a good episode. I like that one. Know what though? We were talking about the other day. He's got to just dump the Dwayne Johnson part. Like literally, no one calls him
I know.
Dwayne Johnson.
DJ. Dwayne.
Nobody calls him that. You're The Rock. You're always going to be The Rock. I hate Dwayne The Rock Johnson. No one knows you as
You say
Dwayne
The Rock.
Johnson. And no one wants to know you as
Yeah.
Dwayne Johnson. You're The Rock. My kids are... You were out of wrestling for 15 years before my kids were even
Who do you
born.
think's like obviously he's a bigger actor, but like bigger movies. Wouldn't it be Batista was in bigger movies than him? Like better parts.
No, because The Rock was in Fast and Furious. Those are giant.
What about that other?
Those
movie
are
he was in?
giant.
Batista was in those other.
The Guardians, and I mean, he's in Endgame, which is the biggest movie of all time. I think they just re-released Avatar, and Avatar just beat Endgame as the highest grossing
really?
movie of all. In China, they re-released it again, which to me is bullshit. That shouldn't count. Well, there should at least be an asterisk, like re-release, you
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
because you didn't do it on your first run.
Yeah.
It should be your first run counts.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
that's
yeah,
it.
yeah.
But I mean, he was in Endgame, which
Yeah.
is the biggest movie of all time. He was in the first Avengers. Guardians, both of them are huge movies.
Yeah.
So I was actually thinking about him today because I saw a trailer for this movie, Army of the Dead. It's Zack Snyder's next movie. It's going to be on Netflix. Batista's the star.
Yeah, I seen a clip. I saw something about it.
And I look at him and I go, he isn't just action guy. Like he could have taken that route and done
Yeah.
the Rock thing but he takes chances on some of the roles he
Yeah, I
takes.
think
Like-
he wants serious roles.
like in Hotel Artemis, he was an action guy at all.
Yeah.
In what was the other one? I was just Blade Runner, the new Blade Runner.
Yeah.
He was again not action guy at all. Like he takes roles where he doesn't want to be just the big muscle
yeah,
action
yeah,
guy,
yeah.
which I credit him for. He's trying to branch out, but none of it's really catchy.
Yeah.
You know, like everybody loved him as Drax because he was. Every
Yeah.
line he said was funny.
Funny, yeah.
He was on the floor laughing
Yeah,
funny
yeah, yeah.
in his role. He was great. He was honestly one of my favorite things in those movies.
Yeah.
And I want him to succeed. It's just when you're a wrestler and now you're always in the shadow of The Rock.
Right.
John Cena, as good as his movies do, you know, some of them don't, some of them do.
Yeah.
He's always going to be the
Yeah, 'cause
guy
he's
after
just-
The Rock. Like everyone always now, are you The Rock?
Yeah.
You know, are you the next Rock? And no one will be. Like
No.
The Rock has charisma that people don't
Yeah,
understand.
dude. Like, and just his promoting of stuff is just everything. He's always promoting, but he's nonchalantly promoting stuff.
he's very humble.
yeah.
He's not a braggart. He's
Yeah.
not, full of himself. He comes off genuine. And I mean, Cena seems kind of robotic, where like you could tell he's kind of trying to play what he thinks
I
he
get
should
it.
be.
Yeah, I get it.
Because not for nothing, Cena's an asshole.
Yeah.
Like I've never seen him in a nice situation with
Yeah.
fans, or he dicked over my son. There was 10 of us out there. He saw my son, the 3-year-old, 4-year-old kid dressed up as Cena. And
Really?
Just drove right past him. Like, oh, you had to stop for 2 seconds. He could have told the driver, dude, stop. He was riding shotgun. My kid, they
Where
even
was
put
it?
him up.
Where was it?
At Coliseum. They even put my son up on the thing because they were like, text a picture, of you here. And my son's picture came up at least 20 times.
Really?
Because he was a little miniature Cena.
Yeah.
He was that wristband,
Yeah,
everything. And we left the match. As soon as Cena match ended, we left.
Yeah.
Because Jess was talking to security guards. Like, he comes out here. He leaves immediately, though. Like,
Yeah.
they were
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
we
yeah.
want to get this. So everyone else was still watching the match. We left.
Yeah.
There was 10 of us out there. I was holding my son out. Like,
Yeah.
yo,
Yeah,
John, fuck.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dude, what a cunt. Like, you could have, even if everyone else came over,
I went out.
like, there was only 10 of us, and most of them were parents. So, what, you might have had to interact with 4 people, And
Yeah.
you couldn't have done that. Like, you would have made my son quit wrestling that day. He was like, fuck wrestling.
One night we went to the city, went to MSG. We parked in the garage, and it happened to be the garage day parking,
Yeah.
and it was fucking just. I mean, you seen them come out, but people just fucking. You were like, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah. And that's what ruins it for people that are genuinely there just for a quick, like, nice to meet you. It's the people that are fucking relentless assholes.
See, I used to do that shit when I was a kid. We used to go to the Coliseum, and they used to come out in where they used to park, and they used to do that shit. But I was a kid.
Dude,
like,
we
I
even
can't
went
imagine
we
doing that
went
now.
so early. We went to the hotel.
Yeah, they used
by
to-
the Coliseum to see if we can catch anybody
Yeah.
in the lobby or anything. Like, I just wanted my son to meet
Yeah,
Cena
yeah,
for 2 seconds, just a high five, anything. And the fact that he drove, and my son seen him. He's like, there he is, Dad, and drove right by.
Yeah, and you feel like fucking like fuck.
And he started crying. He's a
Yeah, I
2-year-old
know, you
kid,
feel fucking pissed.
And I'm sitting there now like
What
you
the fuck? Yeah,
motherfucker.
I'm
Like,
sorry.
2 seconds it would have taken to just stop, roll your window down, and be like, "Hey, buddy, great outfit." High five him, and we would have been on our way.
When I was a kid, I went to a Met game, and we used to get my father used to get these seats. I don't know, fucking. I can't remember the dude's fucking name. We went to a place and they would walk down. So the guy came down. I can't remember his name anymore. And and it was just me. It was me and my dad. We were walking, and we ran into him. And he goes, "Hey, can we?" And I said, "Oh, hi, can I get an autograph?" And he's like, "Nah."
Really?
Yeah. And my father goes, "You serious?" And he was like, "Oh, I guess so." So he signs the
What does
fucking
it
yo.
take, man?
It's not even it. He signs it. I'm like, I'm standing there like, he signs it, and my father takes it and crumps it up. He goes, "You don't want it." Threw
That's
that.
awesome.
And
Good for
I
your
just
dad.
sat there
Good for your
like,
dad.
what the fuck?
Yeah, you know what though? Now as an adult, you're like,
He
I
was
understand
fucking
it.
yeah, dude.
Good
And
for
now
him,
I
yeah.
wait because it was great, and I'm going, man. He didn't care. He
Yeah,
laid.
good for him,
I can't
man.
remember the fucking guy's name. He took the thing, crumbled up, and threw it at him. He goes, "Yeah, fuck it." He didn't say fuck it. He might have did.
Yeah.
He said, "Well, we don't want it. He don't want it."
Dude,
And
I went
said,
to a Saints game. I was 9 years old. I was playing lacrosse. This is the New York Saints
gotta think of
lacrosse.
this guy's name. Go
Indoor,
ahead.
major indoor league lacrosse. Which in New York, lacrosse is bigger than most places. It's actual.
Yeah.
I remember when I moved to Texas, people didn't even know what lacrosse was.
Yeah.
But so we went to a Saints game, and I mean these guys, it's professional lacrosse, but they're minor league
Yeah,
athletes.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it was part of like our league thing, and we all went back there, and we're 9 years old.
Yeah.
So I had my pad with me, and I would go to one guy. I forget who it was, but it was a bigger player. And I'm like, "Dude, can I get your autograph?" He's like, "You got a pen?" And I'm like, I don't. Like, they just brought us here and gave us these pads, He's like, "Would you go to school unprepared without a pen?" And I'm like, "Dude, I'm
Fuck
fucking
you, dude.
9. I'm
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
"You're back here signing autographs. I think you'd have
a pen, yeah.
That's
Yeah.
why you're here,
Yeah.
asshole. Like, go fuck yourself." Like, even at 9, I was like, "Fuck you." I was like, "You fucking dick." Like, you're an asshole.
I can't remember this guy's name. It was so fucking funny.
But some people, some people, they get this much fame, and then for the listeners, I'm holding a half an inch between my fingers. They get that much fame, and it goes to their heads where they just think they're better than everybody, and it's like, dude, you're fucking Screech.
yeah.
Or like you're fucking Puck from the real
Yeah.
world. Like, where the fuck
Yeah.
do you get off?
I had a bit when I was a kid. I remember Bundy. I went to go meet Bundy.
Yeah.
And we were the last ones online, and they stopped the autographs.
Mm.
And I was like literally the next guy. And I said, my fault. And again, he was like, "Oh, it's me and my cousin. You can't just sign these two." He's like, "No, I gotta go." And I left. And I'll never forget.
Which today, that guy wish anybody would recognize him.
I remember going. My cousin was older. He just starts. He goes, "You want to throw snowballs at him?" And I said, "Yeah, I don't know." It was snowing. I'll never forget just winging. We were winging snowballs.
Yeah.
They were blasting his limo, and I'm not even kidding. Like, they were just like exploding. They were hitting him, and he was going nuts.
Yeah.
And I never forget it. My
Yeah,
father
good.
didn't give a
Fuck
shit. He's like,
him too,
"Fuck
though.
him." He's
Yeah.
like, "Fuck him." Throw the snowballs. I was like, "All right."
One night, I'm working at Foggy Goggle. No, I wasn't working. I was just hanging out. It was a Sunday night, which was the busy night for the Goggle. For anyone,
Yeah.
in the Hamptons, it was like the last hurrah for the weekend. If you were at the Goggle, it was mostly industry people, people that worked out
Yeah.
there. But the true partiers were also there,
Yeah.
on Sundays also. The place was packed all the time. I mean, to the rafters. And Tech from the real world. You remember Tech?
Yeah.
He was also in Van Wilder, the black guy with the blonde
I know
hair.
what you're talking about.
And this is the early days of the internet, and he was doing like some kind of internet show. So some guys followed him around with a camera. And me and my boys, we were like, not even so. We were famous out there in the industry because we were the Barback Mafia.
Yeah.
We were these young kids that we weren't even supposed to be in the bar, but we partied more than anybody else,
Yeah.
and everybody was like, these fucking kids are rock stars.
Yeah.
Like, they loved us. So we were doing our thing. We're hanging out, and especially at the Goggle, like they would put it on the sign, Barback Mafia here, like just to be dicks.
Yeah.
But, so we're doing our thing, and we were allowed to walk in with a funnel.
Yeah.
So, this place was a college atmosphere, the Goggle.
Yeah.
But you can't have a funnel.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's illegal. But they would let us walk in with it. So we're doing funnels, we're doing shots, and Tech comes over to me. He's like, "What's up? What are you guys doing?" And I'm telling him, what's up. And he's like, "You want to be on my internet show?" And I'm like, "Not really." He's like, "Just say what's up." I'm like, "All right." So, really, hounding me, though. And I'm like, "What's up, everybody? The Hamptons, summer, whatever, blah, blah, blah." So then 5 minutes goes by, comes back over to me. "What's up, bro? Come on." I'm like, "Dude, no, I don't want to be some people think just because they're famous, everybody just wants to be. And me, I'm the opposite. I'm like, dude, I don't give a fuck who you are. It doesn't impress me, especially when you're a real world cast member. You're not fucking Stallone.
Yeah.
So he fucks off again, comes back, and throughout the night kept bothering me. So finally I look at him, I go, "Dude, you're a fucking sick loser. Get out of my face." And I throw a shot in his face. And his guy now with the cameras looking and then Tech's looking at the security guards, and I'm friends with all of them.
Yeah.
And they're all looking at him well, leave him alone.
Yeah.
They're like, fuck
Yeah,
off.
he said
He
no
told
50
you.
times.
Yeah, he didn't want to do it. We had the MTV people hounding us for a summer to do
They had the
True
house.
Life. Yeah. And again, we were like, no. For one, you wouldn't be able to show most of the stuff we're doing in the house.
Yeah.
A lot of it is R-rated shit.
Because they used to do that. They used to do that thing out there, right, with the Hamptons.
They had the house. It was next door to us.
Yeah.
One summer. So I'm working Neptunes, and fucking their bus would get off in our parking lot.
Yeah.
And we fucking hated them because they would fucking trash our parking lot and shit. And we would tell them, we'd be like, "Get the fuck out of here." We're like, "Well, fuck MTV. You suck. We fucking hate you."
I don't know. What year was that?
That was 2005, I think.
How old are you?
2005, no, it wasn't 2005. That's too late. I was 21 in 03. Maybe it was 05. Now, yeah, it might have been no, because I was 21 in 03. It might have been 03 then. 03 or 04.
So long.
I think it was 03. I'm pretty sure because we all had to be 21 for them to do the show.
Right.
So it was 03. And we just kept telling them, no, we don't want to do it. And they look at you really?
Yeah, no, I don't want to be on camera.
And it's no. First of all, you make everybody look like an asshole.
Yeah.
And second of all, I'm not fame hungry to be on fucking MTV True Life.
Yeah.
No, thank you. I'm good on that.
What else you got?
Well, we did the thing, John.
We done? We're done?
Well, WrestleMania, real quick.
Right,
Thoughts?
Thoughts? I thought it was horrible.
Well, what were some of the better parts?
I honestly
Give me
want
what
to
you
know
thought
the truth.
was
I
good.
honestly think I didn't see the second night really, but the first night, I honestly thought Bad Bunny had the best one of the best.
He impressed me,
Guy
but
was
if he did
incredible.
that weekly, you'd be like, this guy sucks.
He went all out.
You know what I mean? He did good for one night.
Sometimes usually when they have one of those celebrities in it, they suck.
The biggest surprise ever in celebrity wrestling WrestleMania history was Snooki. Remember how good she did? Where everyone was like, "What the fuck?"
I thought he was
because
awesome.
she was a gymnast and she knew how to do backflips and shit.
I thought he did fucking. I knew he.
Yeah,
they
for a
said
celebrity,
he was fucking going at
he's
it,
probably the
training.
best celebrity that we've ever
He
seen
had no
in the
fear.
ring.
You could see he had no. So, he's going off that. The first night, weeks ago, he went off that top and did that.
Yeah.
You're like, that guy's no fear.
The only
Then,
celebrity maybe better, but he's also an athlete, was Pat on NXT. He does the podcast. He fought Adam Cole.
Oh yeah.
Pat.
I know. I don't know.
I can't remember his name.
He's a football dude.
Yeah, but he did really good.
Yeah,
but,
he was good.
I mean, the first night, what were the matches? I don't even remember.
The girl match was the.
I
that
didn't
was a
even
good
watch
match.
it. I didn't even watch it.
Bianca Blair, that was a good match.
Like I've always said, the girls, you're never gonna catch my interest. You're just not.
I watch it because I watch. It was the main event.
You know who does? There's literally maybe 3 girls that catch my interest, and honestly, maybe 3. Alexa Bliss, just because what she's doing now.
Right.
Oscar, I love Oscar.
I think she's great.
I think Oscar's great. And Rhea Ripley, I started liking because she's just a beast.
Yeah.
Like, you watch
That
her.
other Bianca Blair, she's.
I just can't stand her,
she's a-
though.
I don't like that whole
Like, I
gimmick,
don't like her.
But she's a fucking animal.
She's good. Yeah.
She's strong. She's a
Yeah.
fucking
She
athlete,
picked
man.
up Otis and fucking
Yeah,
Fireman
She had
carried
this
him.
girl over her head and walked up the whole steps and just fucking.
Yeah, but Sasha weighs what, 50
Yeah,
pounds?
I know, but still,
You
it's
know.
fucking.
I mean,
straight.
Lewis could probably do that with Sasha
She was
Banks.
great, but it was she's young, 22, I think.
Yeah, but
I wasn't into it.
I wasn't into it.
Actually, I didn't even watch it. I wasn't. Into
It was great seeing fans back. That was
that was
cool. Like, I was excited for that.
It made
And
Hogan look like a douchebag.
yeah, they
Pirates
booed him.
outfit.
Yeah.
What the fuck was that?
Well, they got to stop bringing him out. Like, stop bringing him out. People don't like him. Yeah,
Did you hear?
I
boos?
went back.
didn't.
I went no, because they muffled them. I heard the fan videos of the boos, and they were loud. I went back and listened to the shit he said. There's no coming back from what he said.
I never.
Dude, he said like shit like, I won't deal with those people, N-words, but, if there's money involved and they're millionaires, then those N-words don't act like it. And it's bad. Like, it's really bad. Like, I went back just to make a point. I was like, what did he actually, I don't remember. And you listen to it, and there's no coming
It's like
back
a
from what he
50-50.
said.
You see people like.
No,
don't care.
there's the people
They
that
don't
are like
care.
us, that are nostalgic and just can put on the blinders and go, it doesn't matter. He's Hulk Hogan, And then there's everybody else that goes, yeah, but no, like even me, I'm a Hulkamaniac.
Yeah.
And I listen to it and I go, no, they
If
should
they
not
wanna
be.
br-
They should not be bringing
maybe
this
not
guy
bring
out.
him back like a whole thing. I don't even.
No.
I don't even
There's
understand
no
the
reason
whole deal.
to bring him back. There's never a reason to bring him back. People don't want him there anymore.
There's nobody else that they can really bring in either.
Stone Cold.
Yeah.
Did you watch Jericho?
No, I'm waiting. It's awesome.
So good. And they
I
talk
believe it.
fully open.
I believe it.
Fully open, which, you know what? When after watching it, I go, they're not looking at these guys as competition at all. At all.
I think
It is a
they did-
one-sided
I think
competition.
in the beginning they might have did it, but
No.
I don't think at this point.
No, it's a completely one-sided
they're
competition.
not really competing.
They let him talk about Tony Khan. They showed him with the belt. They talked about the Bucks. They talked about Omega. They gave them more fucking press than they've gotten
But, like,
in this podcast. They've gotten more press by Stone Cold's podcast than anything else, and WWE gave it to him.
He works both. He even from the beginning, he works both sides of the fence with them. He mentions them on purpose.
Who?
Jericho. He don't bad. Never really.
No, but
bashed.
no.
Even on the they
Austin had to get permission from Vince.
No,
He's like,
yeah,
I
yeah,
want to
yeah,
do
yeah.
it with Chris.
Yeah.
He's like, are you okay with that? And Vince, there was a text. He was like, yeah,
I
fine.
seen it. I seen it.
And then Austin again,
You
he
sure?
he
Yeah,
wrote
yeah,
back.
yeah,
He's like,
yeah,
you're
yeah,
sure?
yeah. Well, that's
So,
what they should do.
which tells me that the guy who actually matters doesn't give a fuck about them and thinks nothing of
He
them.
never. I don't think he really left on any bad terms either. I don't think
Jericho, no,
I think he's
he was bitter on his spot because he always said, if I'm not doing it to the highest, then he was the number 2 match in one WrestleMania, and that pissed him off. He said number 2 match is the worst spot there is. He hates that spot. So that's why he was like, you know what? My time's up here. He's like, it's not bad. There's no bad terms. He's just like, my time's up here. Like, I see the writing on the wall, and that's when he went to Japan. Japan was supposed to be a one-time thing, and he even got Vince's blessing. And then after there was more, Vince was like, hey, this is a one-time thing, Chris. And Chris was like, well, Vince was like, whatever, do what you got to do. Not bad terms again.
Yeah.
But, dude,
He ain't stupid either.
that podcast did more for AEW, if anything, than anything else they've done or anyone else has done.
I don't think he's. It's. I never even. I don't even think it's competition.
But that's like,
I never even computed.
but that's
it.
like sitting there going, Disney's worried about Adult Swim on Cartoon Network.
it's not.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
it's night and
I
day.
see. That's what I said the other day when you said. I said it's two different things. I never even.
Like,
looked
if
at it
Raw
at all
gets down to
compared.
10 people watching, it doesn't matter because they're WWE. When people think wrestling,
Yeah.
that's what they think.
I get it. I totally.
You
agree
know,
with you.
and at this point, he's looking at it, they're an indie company to him. It doesn't matter whether they have a national TV show or not. You're a fucking newborn indie company.
It's not like going against Raw. It's going against NXT. It's not like.
And now it's not anymore.
Yeah.
NXT's on tonight now.
It's better off that way.
As of this week, it's on tonight.
It's better off that way. I never looked at a competition. I ever said I don't compare.
NXT's
Everybody else
Takeover was great.
Yeah, it was good.
That was good.
That dude, Karen Cross.
He's a star. They wasting. They bring him up already.
Yeah,
You bring him up against Bobby Lashley. There's your fucking match.
He's good.
But they're wasting his time down there, and he already got injured once down there. Stop.
Did these guys watch? Did he like it? Did he like WrestleMania? Did he watch WrestleMania? I didn't fucking care for it. I didn't care for Raw. I thought Raw was worse.
Oh, Raw was no good. You know what the problem was usually on Raw you get surprises.
Never.
You know you
Right
get
after, right.
and you also have that crazy crowd.
Yeah.
But now there's no crowd,
right.
and that crowd every night after WrestleMania always helped the Raw.
They got no one. They got really.
But then they tried to force it. Remember when the first 2 years the crowd was bananas, and then they caught on and they tried to force
But
it.
they got like nobody to pull you in the watch. That's
No,
what I feel.
no, they don't. Like Bobby Lashley, to me,
I think he's good.
that's what I want as a champion, a big monster.
Yeah,
that's a wrestler to me. That's when I think wrestling. That's what I think. I never think Young Bucks. I never think the smallest
I
I'm
get what you're
going
saying.
is Shawn Michaels.
Yeah.
Like if you're smaller than that, fuck off.
I get it. It's just so different now. It's
and that's why AEW doesn't appeal to me because it's all little guys.
no one's
It's
big
all little, and then they have big guys that they bury. Like Brian Cage should be champion.
yeah. I think that's where they're probably gonna go. Turn good.
You know, like that guy should be a champion. Like for him to lose to Darby Allin, I'm like, no.
I don't. I'm not like. I just don't think. I think WWE is. I think it's been horrible.
It has
I think
been.
the other one's not. I think the other one's better, but not as and more entertaining for me. I don't think it's better.
I
than
think
the other one.
I-
I think they both suck.
AEW is more programmed for people like us.
Yeah.
All right? Like I get that. I understand that part of it. Their execution sucks. They don't know how to tell a story.
Well, it goes so quick. That's what it is.
Or
too.
th-
You'll
or-
have like a month, 2 months of a fucking storyline, then it just goes to something else.
And it's just out of nowhere. And
Yeah.
then you're like, what happened? Or they spend weeks building somebody up just to bury him.
like Sting.
Like they did it with that guy that's with Jake Roberts. They did it with Brian Cage. They did
yeah.
it.
Now he. I don't get. I see. Yes. I. That's totally. You're totally right. You're totally because I said it just where's it go? It goes somewhere to some. It goes to like or maybe. See the other WWE has a storyline which whatever they don't never tell stories half the shit anymore. But a storyline.
But look
for
at
like
this
6
Orton,
months.
this Orton and Fiend thing.
What was that?
AEW can never. It sucked the ending, but we're not sure if it's over yet.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But AEW couldn't pull off a 3 to 6 month story arc. They can't do it.
No,
They don't
like-
know what to
they
do
Like a month and a half, and then they switch it over.
because they're such in a hurry.
It's-
And that is the thing that company doesn't understand, including the wrestlers. Like you don't know how many times you hear Jericho telling these guys, "Slow the fuck down.
Yeah.
Let them sink it in.
Yeah.
Get the crowd involved." And they don't want to hear it. It's just spot after spot, and you don't even have a moment to react to the first spot
Yeah, yeah.
because you're on the 10th spot.
Was it that good? I thought was it that good? That I love Jericho.
It
But
was great.
I thought the Orton interview was good.
I love that one too.
I think that I like because you
Most of
really
them
into
I
your
really
lives.
liked. I liked the one with Bailey, even
Yeah.
the one he did with. I didn't watch Sasha's because I don't like her,
can't
so I don't
listen
give a
to
fuck
her,
what she
yeah.
has to say. I've watched every single other one, and I like them all.
Well, he's good. He's good. He's good.
A&E has that thing starting this Sunday.
8 o'clock.
Yeah, so that should be cool. And they
He's
did the
just
Shawn
an
Michaels
awesome
one.
Fucking entertaining.
The Shawn Michaels one I can't wait to see
the awesome
because you
stuff.
never really got like in depth, like non-WWE
Yeah.
documentary on him, and
where
you
they
know
really
there's
get
gonna
into
be
stuff.
some shit. Yeah,
He
dude,
was
like
like into really heavy drugs.
big time, big drug user. You talk about full of yourself. There was nobody fuller, nobody than him. Like he's
Yeah,
he's
scumbag.
still on apology tours to this day to people. So
They fucking screwed over so many people.
yeah.
Did anything we didn't get to?
I mean, it is what it is. We're done. That's it. All right, guys. That's it. We're out of here. No Unfiltered Marriage this week. They'll be back next week if you're listening to us on the brand. You got the audio version. We're live every Tuesday night over on YouTube. Head over to Superugly. Superugly Show. Put that in. Hit the subscribe button. Hit that bell. You'll get notified when we go live every Tuesday night, 7:30 p.m. Eastern. And Unfiltered Marriage goes live at 9 p.m. Eastern every other week. Of course, go to Russo's Brand. Check out the brand.
We didn't get into Richie.
When he's here. $3.95 a month. You get brand new shows every single day. Constant content coming through from the likes of Vince Russo, Ben Hameen, Shane Douglas, Kevin Sullivan, Dirty Dutch Mantel, fucking, who else do we got over there? Stevie Richards, The Beautiful People. I mean, all lineup is getting
Francine
strong.
there too?
Francine
And,
left. Francine left.
And what about franchise?
I said Shane
Did
Douglas.
you?
Yeah. But so go to the brand, go subscribe. Opie Radio, of course. Go check out the Opie Radio podcast wherever you get your podcasts, on Spotify, iTunes, or just go to opieradio.com and get the podcast there. And while you're there, buy some merch. Opie's got some cool merchandise, so go check it out. Statement Games, go to statementgames.com. You don't have to pay to play. You can, but you also don't have to pay to win either. You can win real cash gift card prizes and a bunch of other stuff over there. We trying to get Mark in here. I want to tickle his butthole, but he's avoiding us. So no, he's not. I haven't reached out. I got to reach out to him. I always forget. And then the past few weeks we've been doing these kind of statement game promos where me and Richie are getting, very rapey with Mark. So we want to get him over here so we can get him here live and rape him in front of everybody.
I'll call him tomorrow.
Yeah, but all right, and that's it, guys. Thanks for checking us out. Richie, hit him up wherever you can find him and wish him best wishes. And we'll see you guys next Tuesday. Peace.